Hey folks, and welcome to the first installment of Dave's Impressions for 2019. This time around, Gris. If your jaw doesn't drop while playing this game, I think you might be more than a little dead inside. These impressions were taken from playing the game for around 30 minutes. Enjoy! I'm not the type of person to say a video game isn't actually a video game. With that being said, I do think that the draw of Gris is primarily in it being an audiovisual experience, facilitated by the player running to the left and right with some very light puzzle solving and upgrades. It's the art that is pushing the player through, or at least that's how I feel. It was late in my playthrough coming across the white mirrored underground that finally sold me on wanting to play through the entire game. The opening cutscene helps as well. I think that we forget what video games can look like. So many utilize similar qualities that when a game like Gris comes around, we're reminded that the only limitations to what we're seeing on screen lie in the imaginations of the developer, and the will to make a game around such a visual style. In the case of Gris, the sacrifice has been having only surface level interactivity, but I choose to think of it like walking and jumping through a virtual art installation. I just hope that I can become more attached to the main character in the world as the game continues. What's happening is rather ambiguous or open to interpretation, and so far I have found it difficult to become invested in the plight of the main character. I also want to mention a section of the game that contains a platformer trope I have never been a fan of, having to find shelter and wait for the wind or water to pass to avoid getting swept away. At least in Gris it only rolled me back a step or two, but the stop and start nature of it, the forced waiting, it's always grated on me. Thanks for watching. So this year you may have noticed that instead of just calling the video my impressions of blank, I've said should you play this game? And that's the question I will be answering in each of these videos in 2019. So, should you play Gris? Well, if you enjoy games as an audio-visual experience, if the art and the design and the feelings you get from the art and design are more important to you than the actual gameplay, I think you'll enjoy Gris an awful lot. It reminds me of a PS3 game from about, I think, 2010, 2011 called El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron. That game was definitely an audio-visual extravaganza over being an enjoyable to play video game. And it had a bit of an ambiguous plot as well. If you prefer your games to be gameplay and mechanically driven and focused, you're probably not going to enjoy Gris as much, even if you do think the visuals are gorgeous. I'd love to hear what you think of the game and the video down in the comments. If you'd like to support the channel and show me some love, please give it a like, please subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with your friends. And until next time, I hope you're all having a wonderful day.